going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan and Bring the Noise, and we are here to talk about Darwin's Game episode 11, Sunset Ravens. Now, before I go ahead and dive into this review, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification to get all my uploads, all of my streaming notifications, and you be the first to watch. But other than that, let's definitely dive in to this episode. Now, this episode, honestly, it's my favorite in the season. And one of the reasons I say that is because the way episode 10 kind of like set this up was that Kaname's friend Utah pretty much got murdered by Wang in the last episode. Pretty much he got dismembered. It was in a box. Kaname just lost it, and at that point, as the episode begins to close off, you get to see him put a bullet into one of his henchmen, and pretty much he got this cold look in his face. So as this episode begins, he pretty much starts a clan war against Wang and the Apes to being able to kill them all. And his philosophy kind of like changed because he always thought that in Darwin's game, people had to kill to be able to achieve or at least defeat their opponents. But he feels as if it's beyond the game at this point. To protect his loved ones, he's going to have to lay out some bodies. And that's what started to happen. You got to see him go to work and putting people down left and right and being able to literally take out the henchmen of Wang. Him and Riju was able to go to work really quick on these guys, made little work of it. Now, as the fight continued, we end up seeing that Suka went against Wang, one-on-one for a while, and she literally made him her bitch, like literally, because you got to see her able to use her abilities a lot more. And I think that's one of the highlights of this episode, is that you actually get to see her sigil at work, being able to manipulate change and particular wiring. So she was able to lay out a trap to where if he was to try to do his reappear technique, he would go into a wire which intentionally she will vibrate it, and which it made it feel like some type of like jigsaw chainsaw to being able to kind of like dismember him. And little by little, he pretty much just kept fucking himself, and she was just sitting there just laughing and gloating. Even when he went to his last tactic and teleporting her, pretty much doing a whole switcheroonie, she was still able to pretty much kill it. And at this point, he tried to do an emergency tactic in which he tried to disappear from the battlefield, and he ended up in the presence of Kaname, which it shows that he forfeit. They won a battle due to the event game. He was able to Kaname was able to manipulate, the stakes, pretty much going all in and pretty much winning everything that they had, even though that due to them winning the game, the end up was a lot richer than them anyways. But however, he was able to, pretty much defeat them, and since they lost all their points, all the remaining members pretty much got killed off. Now, at this point, Wang left a message for Kaname. Pretty much is that whole like weird theory of like, if you put a lot of venomous insects in one jar, only the most deadliest, and venomous insect is going to remain. And he gave that, kind of like, hint or advice to him before he was killed off. And he got some holes in his head. You got to see like a bullet through his forehead, through his eye. He pretty much put some bullets before the game actually took his body off, and before he was actually killed off officially. And we got to see that the way that they ended the season was that they pretty much got a territory. All of them dressed in all black, pretty cool, and they was able to pretty much laid out the law in a territory. Pretty much no Darwin game is allowed in a territory. Now, if they do, I'm pretty sure the consequences is death, because at this point he would kill if it means of protecting his friends or people close to him. So that's kind of made new transition, and I think that's one of the reasons why this episode stands out to me, because he finally had the transition to go to the next level. And you would think like after two of his friends got murdered like in the early episodes that he would have made that transition to have that idea of killing people, but he still was resist. But since his last buddy, one of his last closest friend got murdered, he pretty much had a whole different resolve. And I think that pretty much stands out from it in a good way. It's not bad, but in this sense, we also, got a chance to evaluate the whole season. And this whole season, it was good. I ain't gonna say the season one is best because, like, the first couple of episodes started off great. The whole hour special that they did for it, that's one of the reason why we got 11 episodes. Then the second episode was pretty good. But then it was like 3 and 4 just kind of like, I felt like they was rushed. And when they took their little 1 or 2 weeks break, I don't exactly remember how the length of the break was, they came back really strong. And that's a good point, but this whole season kind of like felt like a prelogue and trying to get to understand the main protagonist a little bit better, in which is not bad. So in my idea, the way that this season took off, the way that it ended, it's going to deserve a second season. And here's why. One, we still need to see more character development. The one thing that this season lacked was character development, not just from the main protagonist, but from all characters. So what them doing in season 2 is definitely going to entice people to see it, to see what is going to be the actions going afterwards, but also see the character development of other people that which they didn't focus on in this season. The concept is here. I think visuals is nice. Audio, I think the audio is really good, but to me, I think they just need to be more engaging with their characters, because everybody's not too happy with every character that has been introduced, not even the main character. I mean, to me, I think the main character finally got a chance to flourish a little bit, but I think season 2 is where you're going to see a lot of, relationship, this family thing that they're trying to portray is going to be tested a lot more than what they have done so far. Right now, they just have a common interest, but we're going to see if that common interest is going to be able to elevate them to a whole different heights, and seeing what Sunset Ravens have in store for the Darwin's game, and then leaving at the administrator being able to put one of his henchmen on hold to kind of like observe the Sunset Ravens, since he's the new king of the town. Kaname, he definitely is a tactician. So we definitely got to see, things that he's able to do and things that he's able to put at work. Even without killing, he still has some of the great tactics. So I'm definitely interested to see it, and that definitely is a goal for season 2. So hey, overall, this is what we got. Episode 11, good. Season 1, good. Not the greatest, but good. Season 2, definitely a go. But other than that, I definitely want to thank you guys for definitely tuning in for this season finale review. Again, if you could subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, and heck, even if you could do me a favor, on social media platforms, if you share this video, to friends, who has common interest in anime, definitely appreciate it. But other than that, I am out. Peace, and I hope you guys have a wonderful one.